Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. So I had a bunch of footage from Saturday, and when I went to put up my video, I forgot to do it Saturday night. So when I went to put up my video yesterday morning, I couldn't find a bunch of the footage. So there was like no footage of my supper, but there was the after supper stuff, like when I came to close out the vlog. And I could only find part of the morning stuff, so I just scrapped it. I don't know what happened to it. Today is a new day. It's a new week. So the one thing I did not do very well this weekend, and when I say not very well, it's probably pretty good for most people, but I did not get enough water in this weekend. By my standards, I am used to getting in 5 or 6 of these 24-ounce cups at least during the day, and I probably got 3 in, so I was still getting like, what? Please don't make that noise. I probably got in 75 ounces, which isn't terrible by any means, but it was definitely not enough water for me. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, down so I can make my coffee. Stop. Okay, so I really need to get back to the basics. Things like making sure I drink a whole 24 ounces before I allow myself to have coffee. I've gotten kind of lazy with that, and I really shouldn't, because it's important for me to get my water. So I have 1 little sip left, and I will have my first 24 ounces gone. I am going to use my new cute mug. I got this right like the day before Valentine's Day. It has the silicone cover. I got it at my Family Dollar. It's 19 ounces, so it's a big cup. It holds a lot of coffee. And just really cute. I got it for $3, so. Okay, I'm going to use half of a Pure Via sugar substitute. That is my sugar substitute of choice. I am going to use 1 tablespoon of the sugar-free sweet Italian cream with my measuring spoon. Coffee. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a little splash of this Silk Cashew 25 calorie. I get the unsweetened. Personally, I like the vanilla one better in my coffee, but I can't use the vanilla one for as many things. So just a splash of that. And that's it. I might put some, which one did I grab? Salted caramel. Maybe a tablespoon of that.
I'll never stay home, Mom.
You have been home all weekend, mister.
I haven't.
Alright, that's it for me. I will see you guys back here at breakfast. Okay guys, it is breakfast time, and I'm going to go quickly because I don't want it to get cold. Still working on my coffee, 2nd cup of water, banana. I buy the Simply potatoes. I find them like they're in our store in like the dairy section. They're refrigerated but not frozen, and they're just shredded hash brown potatoes. I buy them, bring them home, and freeze them. I know that the Ore-Ida ones, like the frozen hash browns, are not considered Simply filling. You can make your own way there. I just buy the Simply filling ones. I put them in a pan with a little cooking spray and just let them cook on one side and flipped them over. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. So I made like a little potato cake out of them. There's probably half a cup of potato here. Half a cup frozen. And I just spread it out really thin around the pan. I have a soft fried egg, a little salsa, some cilantro, and 4 slices of the alfresco chicken bacon. So breakfast is 1 point for the bacon. I'm gonna eat. I'll see you later. Bye guys. Hi friends, it is lunchtime, thank goodness, because I'm starving. So I have a few strawberries here. I just picked up some strawberries at the store and I could smell them. They're so sweet smelling. And then I just have a bowl of food. I have an entire bag of this California vegetables. It says cracked pepper seasoning, but the only thing in here, broccoli, squash, carrots, cauliflower, maltodextrin, salt, spices, celery, black pepper, and onion powder. So there's nothing in here that would be any points. So I have the whole bag in there. And then I have, I don't know, maybe a third of a cup of this just riced cauliflower and broccoli. And 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And then I picked these up. These are the Vans shrimp egg rolls. 3 points a piece, so I have 1 of those, so lunch will be 3 points. And 4th cup of water. I am doing my water thing today. So I'm gonna go eat and maybe we will catch up after. Okay, bye. Hi guys. So it is 8 o'clock. And I am just getting ready to go lay on the couch and watch some TV before I go to bed. I had a really good rest of the day. I'm sorry I didn't chat with you more today. It seemed like my day started off really good, and then I didn't know that my daughter's preschool teacher was coming to do her makeup visit that we didn't get to do last week because of the snow. You guys okay? It's Monday, for sure. I didn't know she was coming this morning. And she messaged me at like 8:30 and said, I'll be there at 9 o'clock. And I'm not one who has to have my house like crazy clean. I mean, I have 2 small children. It is what it is, but just coming off the weekend, and I thought I was going to be able to have like a lazy get into it kind of a day. So it just started my day off really fast. Then after lunch, my best friend stopped in for a while, and then my husband got home, and then it was time for supper. So it's just been a little crazy. I will insert a picture of my supper. I made my very first Simply Filling. I took the Skinny Taste Salisbury steak with mushroom gravy, and I made it Simply Filling. It would so work as a meatloaf if you wanted to do it that way. Really, the only thing I changed out from the recipe itself, I used 96% lean ground beef, a pound of that, and a pound of 99% fat-free ground turkey. I used 2 eggs. I used sauteed onions and garlic. And then instead of breadcrumbs, I used oatmeal, old-fashioned oats. I buzzed them in my food processor, not till they were dust, but just to get them broken down a little bit. Someone else suggested soaking them in a little bit of water. But I didn't need the moistness. I needed a binder. So I just ground it just 1 pulse just to kind of break up the oat itself. And I used, I'd say about a half a cup in a whole batch, and I got 10, probably, I think they were 4.3 ounce patties. I got 10 of them. So that's not too bad. That's really the only thing, and it's Simply Filling. That would be the only thing that really would be point heavy, if you were counting points. And then the gravy just had beef broth. I used 1 tablespoon of flour and mushrooms, the other half of the onions, a teaspoon of tomato paste, and a little Worcestershire sauce, and that was it. We had that with mashed sweet potatoes, just sweet potatoes mashed. I didn't do anything else to them. And then we had broccoli, that was roasted in the oven with a little olive oil, so that was my healthy fat for the day. So I ate Salisbury steak tonight that was completely simply filling, 0 smart points. So that felt really good. It feels good to find recipes that my family already loves and be able to implement healthier choices for everyone. So yeah, it was really good. It didn't taste any different than if it had breadcrumbs in it. I've never put oatmeal in a meatloaf or anything before, but from what I gather, it's a pretty normal thing. You could use it for like meatballs or, you know, excuse me, anything like that. I'm so tired. So overall, I had a really good day. Let's see what I had for breakfast this morning. An egg and potatoes. I had stir-fried vegetables and an egg roll for lunch. So I did use 4 points today. And I did check on the egg rolls again because I was watching someone else's video who had some of the Van egg rolls, and the one that they had was 4 points. In the tracker, if I scanned it, it came up as 3 points, and if I put in the nutritional info, it was 4 points. But the 4 points, the nutritional info included a sauce packet. I didn't use the sauce packets, I threw them away. So I only counted 3 points for the egg roll. So 4 points in, I had 1 point worth of bacon for breakfast and 3 points for the egg roll. So 4 points in today, which leaves me 31 weeklies for the rest of the week. I think this is my 6th tumbler of water, which I will finish before I go to bed. So I have far exceeded. I did have a cup of coffee with my friend this afternoon when she came over, but it had just 1 tablespoon of coffee creamer, the sugar-free sweet Italian cream, and a little of the cashew milk, just like I did this morning. So that's 0 smart points. So yeah, I feel like I had a really good day. I'm starting to settle back into life a little bit. Grayson, for those of you who are wondering, is doing great. He is still doing his little eye twitch every once in a while, but I am convinced that it is dry eye. We have put a humidifier in their room at nighttime, and last week when we took him to the doctor, they put these special drops in his eyes that made his eyes glow in the dark, and our doctor took like 2 different kinds of lights and looked in his eyes and stuff. The following day, he didn't do the eye twitch at all, and I am sure that it is because the drops that she put in his eyes lubricated his eyes and made them feel better. Not the day after, but the following day, he was doing it again. I had him lay down on the couch, and I put a little bit of Visine in his eyes, and he stopped for the next day, that rest of the day and the next day. And then it has slowly started. It happens when he plays video games or watches TV, which he doesn't do a lot of because he's in school. When he's not in school, we like to play and do things, but that's kind of when it happens. So I'm convinced that it is just dry eye. I am not overly concerned. He is feeling great, which is awesome. And my mental health, I don't know if it's the fact that he's doing better and I'm just kind of settling in and I'm not in panic mode all the time. The medicine still has a tendency every once in a while to give me a little bit of a stomach ache, and it has definitely changed my appetite. The doctor said, especially if it started making my stomach hurt, that it would be best for me to take it at nighttime when I go to bed. And that's when I take all of my asthma medications, is at nighttime before I go to bed. So I take it at nighttime, which means first thing in the morning my stomach's a little upset. So I've been waiting a little bit longer to eat breakfast, and most mornings breakfast is a little smaller. I haven't been filling my breakfast with so much food, which is fine. You know, as long as I can get in some protein and my water, I feel fine. So I'm just gonna take it as it goes. Mentally, I feel better. I feel less frantic. I feel less chaotic in my mind, which I think has contributed to a lot of the stress in my mind in the last couple of months. I think it's been coming, but I didn't really see it or understand it until recently. So I'm also working really hard. It's been warmer this week, and by warmer I mean like 45-ish, which for our area is really warm. So the kids and I have been trying to get outside in the sunshine because I know that I need more vitamin B. I've been trying to eat more leafy green vegetables because I think I need more iron. I got a big, where am I here? Right there, it's all that way, a big thing of spinach today. So I'm gonna try to start making maybe a smoothie in the morning with spinach in it. I need to work on my vitamin deficiencies as well as my mental health. I haven't had my iron checked this winter. I had it checked last summer and it was fine, but anxiety and depression can both be caused by vitamin B and vitamin D deficiencies, which you get from the sunshine. So I've been trying to eat more citrus fruit. I've been trying to get outside and get actual sunlight, which has really helped. The week before was the week that I went snowshoeing at Grayson's school with him, and we really enjoyed it. And the school has something like 100 pair. I mean, they have all of the Head Start programs in our area. Were given a grant to get snowshoes, adult and children's, and you can check them out. So last week on not last week, the week before, on like Thursday, we took out 2 pairs of adults and 2 pairs of children's, and we used them all week. My husband enjoyed it so much that we are looking to buy some new snowshoes, and that's something we've been doing. We made a big track in our backyard that goes all over the backyard and all over the big field that's in beside of our house. And we've been snowshoeing a lot. We had to take them back today, so that was kind of sad. But we have this week, and then Grayson is on winter break, so we're going to see if we can take some back out for winter break until we can get some of our own. So that's kind of neat. So that's kind of an update. I know this last week or two has been a little rough with filming. I've missed a lot, and I'm really sorry. Getting my life in order has taken a little bit more time than I had anticipated. I am a work in progress, and I'm doing the best I can. So, I feel good. I feel ready to start this week. I weighed myself this morning, and I was at 150.6, which, if I am not mistaken, is exactly where I was last week. So I feel really good about that. The one thing, and I think I talked about this on Saturday when I did my vlog that I told you about this morning, that I lost half of the stuff. We had our first family day in months yesterday, and family days are kind of a day full of food. We all, meaning my grandparents, have 3 kids, my mom and my 2 uncles, and then all of our extended family. My mom has 4 kids. One of my uncles has 1, one of my uncles has 2. Everybody kind of has their own families, and as many of us as that can get together for a day of food and games. We sit around and play cards. The kids like to watch movies, you know, play with their toys, things like that. So we did that yesterday, and I had anticipated counting points yesterday. I'd saved up as many weeklies as I could. I think I still had 21 or 22 weeklies going into yesterday, and I was going to switch to Smart Points and use all my dailies and all the rest of my weeklies if I needed to. I brought a big salad, like a green garden salad, and I brought my new absolute favorite fat-free dressing. It is, let me show you. Ken's Steakhouse fat-free raspberry pecan. It's delicious and I love it. So I had a big bowl of salad. My grandmother had cooked a turkey on Saturday, so it was cold and all cut up, and I took just one little, maybe 2 ounces of it, cut it up and put it on my salad. I had maybe 2 points worth of croutons. I couldn't weigh it. I only had like 4 croutons. And then my cousin had brought potatoes that had like cheese baked on top, so the potatoes were fine. I counted 2 points for the cheese because I just had one little half of potato. I brought my own fat-free sour cream, so I had that. And then my mom brought she roasted vegetables there. Just cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and carrots, and broccoli with a little olive oil. So I counted that as my healthy fat for the day. And then there was a little fruit salad. I had a little fruit salad. And then I had the tiniest little sliver of cake that my mom made for my grandmother. And I think at that point I had 12 points, 12, 13, 14, maybe even like 15 or 16 points left, and I just cleared my weeklies out. And that's pretty much all I had. I had a cup of coffee, I had a ton of water, not as much water as I normally do, but I also wasn't home. I was drinking out of, just a little cup like this. But I felt really good. I think I used, before even the cake, I think I had 4 or 5 points for lunch, and that was it. And I felt like as a family we're trying to make smarter choices for all of us, and I really think that we did that. So I didn't go as overboard yesterday as I had anticipated. Of course, I didn't know what everybody would bring. I only knew really what my grandmother and me and my mom were bringing, and I knew that was enough food for me anyways. And that's kind of why I always try to bring something as close to, this was my first Simply Filling family day, but as close to 0 points as I can. And I did. I brought something that was completely 0 points, completely Simply Filling, and I kind of adapted everything else. So I felt really good about the choices that I made, and I am really, really loving Simply Filling. And I can see there was a time a couple of months ago when I thought, ugh, I don't know that I could be a person to track for the rest of my life. And I was a little worried about what I would do when I hit goal and decided that I didn't want to track anymore. And I can see doing this for the rest of my life. I really do, because I'm making good, honest, healthy choices every day for me and my family, which is awesome. So enough for today. 17 minutes in. I hope everybody had a great weekend and an even better Monday. It is a new week, a clean slate, a new page in your book. So make it count. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.